And first, I would like to thank Roger Bruce for allowing me to come out and be here, and also for you, Representative Billy Knight, for chairing this committee, and for all the committee members here for you having taken the time out for this such a noble cause. I am from Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised, so this is a very important topic to make sure that small businesses do have what they need to have in order to be successful. There are many topics I would like to address. Primarily want to make sure we don't have a lot of regulation that is hindering small business and being able to have small businesses thrive. There are many different things that people might say that small businesses need in order to be successful. One of the key major things that I will mention with small businesses, sometimes they think small, but we need not think small. We should now, with technology and the advent of different factors that will be able to allow us to compete with more larger or big businesses. Another one of the factors is the lack of marketing know-how that some small businesses come into. They're not sure how to market their business well. As well as poor management from time to time. And the big elephant in the room, I think, that everybody knows now with the current economic climate, it would be finance, and the availability of financing would also be one of the stumbling blocks for small businesses. But I like to think about it in a different light. I think that some businesses are not sure how they can effectively utilize their resources in order to grow their business. And we need to have innovative, creative ways in the state of Georgia that would allow for these businesses to utilize technology, number one, and also to be able to network and share their resources with other medium and large businesses within the state of Georgia. So I believe that we should look at solutions as opposed to looking at problems. All right? One opportunity is that this economic climate creates is the opportunity to be more creative. We also have opportunity to be more efficient. And if our small business become more efficient, then it will become more profitable. And this is a time we can focus on being lean. And for example, solutions that the state might want to implement might be provide a free online service that allows small businesses and assist them in planning. Also helping small businesses review their financial statements and be more efficient with that. That is also a big stumbling block when you're talking about small business. A lot of times we work on efficiency a lot, but we're not really working on our financial wherewithal. I also have a pool of marketing ideas, a place where we can go that clearly tells us what are some ideas that are working for other businesses and how might we implement that in our business. Secondly, we will have growth strategies. Really, the charge can be actually create classes, and these classes can be a revenue source for the state. We could actually charge for these classes. They could be video or live, but these classes would help small business owners to more effectively run their business. And rather than go out and hire somebody to be a coach, why don't the state, who have other small businesses, and learn from their successes and provide an online resource to allow businesses to go and access this information to help the small business here in Georgia. An online local resource pool is another idea that I have that might help small businesses. And this would be a resource pool that helps people in different regions have different strategies. The reason being, what works in Atlanta might not work in Jasper County. So therefore, if you have an online resource that will be available for maybe the county or maybe for the individuals in Jasper, and there's other small businesses who are being successful, they can share what they do for marketing, what they do for business resources. And then other small businesses might be able to go and find out how. I would suggest that this be something that is shared with businesses that are not directly competing against one another. And lastly, but not least, we need to create tax incentives for large or medium businesses to do business with Georgia small businesses. And therefore, you have the small business now able to keep the dollars in Georgia and also allow the small businesses to grow. And we know that small businesses are responsible for hiring the majority of individuals who are looking for jobs in Georgia. So this is a couple of ideas I've outlined. Again, I don't know if I talk about my background from Atlanta, Georgia. I actually grew up in Fayette County, Georgia, graduated in 1993. And from there, I was actually there with Representative Matthew Ramsey, that's a good friend of mine. And also then I went to Morehouse College, where I had a chance to become a Morehouse man and then go to Life University in Marietta. So born and raised here in Georgia, I just appreciate everything you're doing in Georgia. I want to see Georgia grow, and I hope Georgia small businesses also prosper.
Well, thank you for coming and sharing with the committee. Are there any questions of the committee? We got two here. Representative Bruce.
First, thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Is there anything specific? I know you were speaking with the Chiropractic Association, and what was that magazine I just saw you on the cover of?
Yes, sir. I have had the honor of being on the cover of the Georgia Chiropractor magazine. That's the Georgia Chiropractic Association magazine. Yeah. And I received an award for Humanitarian of the Year for my work with Hosea, Feed the Hungry and Homeless.
Okay, but there, I know you said you were going to be speaking with that group. Was there something specific that the state is doing now, either through policy or law or whatever, that's interfering with your organization being able to do business in Georgia? Something specific?
Yes, I had a chance to speak with our CEO and also our lobbyist, our legal counsel, Aubrey Lyons, and they said it wasn't anything in particular at this moment to be alarmed about. There were some things that may be being worked on as far as dealing with the Georgia board, but that has not come to light, and hopefully that will not come to light. So keeping that at bay is one thing. And then making sure that the chiropractors in Georgia are free of regulation and not oppressed by any heavy regulation and tax burdens. That was the major thing they want to just communicate. It was general, but that's what they said.
Yeah, just very quickly, and I kind of put in context what we might can help you with. I noticed on the sheet that you sent in that two things to mention, and that is reimbursement for services and access to services, and that's true in any of the healthcare professions now. And we want to look at those. Maybe we can talk with the people from your association that can tell us specifically which ones affect your practice.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many of those that are federal and so many are state.
Yes.
And that we would need to talk. Maybe if you could get us a list, or if you could have someone contact us and tell us which specific regulations are creating access or payment problems at this point in time. And I think that's where we might could be a help. I think, listen, the solutions you've given are great ideas for small business, but I think better left to maybe your association, and because small businesses differ so much. But if you would get us a list of those, basically the regulations that affect access and payment, I'd appreciate that very much.
Yes, sir, we definitely will. There were several things about insurance reimbursement, and I think they said that was in the insurance portion. They would handle that. There's another chamber that handles that, but I definitely will have that email to you from our association.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? Dr. Carhee, thank you for coming today, and we appreciate you coming before the community and taking time out of your schedule today to come tell us what's on your mind. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.